Hello, hello, hi friends. It always feels like I'm actually connecting with you like on a Zoom call, that I'm talking to you because I can just feel your energy, and it's really good to feel your energy and to see you. I think I just saw an orb, so spirit's with us as well. We're just gonna read some energies. It's funny, I had a call with my mom this morning and she was like, "Is Mercury in retrograde?" And I was like, "No, it's not." And then she started describing some things that were happening to her, and that other people around her in her life, like stoplights not working, appointments being canceled when they weren't meant to, just kind of like the typical Mercury retrograde type of things. Um, and I had a session yesterday with a client, and she's probably watching this, so she knows what I'm talking about. And we just kept having interference on our Zoom call. It kept getting blocked. Technology, like, it was over and over, and I had to sage twice. And she also was doing the same thing just to try and clear the energy. And then I have another friend who is a coach and reader, and she was describing the same thing to me yesterday. So the only reason I'm sharing this is I feel that there's a lot of interference in the energy. It is not Mercury retrograde. It is not an astrological influence. It is interference. It's trickster energy. So just awareness is really important, to have the awareness that could be something coming up, and to claim that it leaves you, that you're not open or available for this sort of energy. Clearing with sage, clearing with, scent and crystals and energy work. But very simple mantras can do. I do not consent to trickster energy. Okay, I do not consent to this timeline. I do not consent to darker energies. I do not consent. Do not consent. Do not consent. Okay, this is a very, very powerful phrase, spiritually speaking, in the metaphysical world, and it's something that is being really tampered with at this time. And I won't go too much more into that, but I'm sure many of you know what I'm referring to. And it's really important that we stay sovereign and know that we always have the power. Oh my gosh, I'm giggling because my cute little squirrel friend is right here, and he just saw me through the window, and then he's on like a ledge, like our fence, and he just like laid down flat on it and like was like, and he's so sweet, this little one. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but he's so sweet. He or she is so sweet, because I've been out in my yard just crying and crying and crying before, and he or she has stopped, made eye contact with me for like, gosh, it feels like time, it was infinite. It feels like it was like 5 minutes, but it may have only been like a minute. But just basically like, "Are you okay? You're gonna be okay." It was like this like really beautiful shared moment. My little friend, I should probably name him or her. If you have any suggestions for names, let me know. Anyways, we're gonna read some energy. I digress. We're gonna read some energy. I do feel like there's been a strong message that someone is in a lot of pain right now. Someone is going through a lot. Someone feels really bad. Someone feels really guilty about their behavior. And someone is really struggling on how to make it right. They don't know how to make it right. They're feeling very confused on what to do. Tower moment. I've been feeling that. Speaking of all this trickster energy, I'm gonna light some sage really quick. One thing, I've shared this before on my channel, but just one thing to note, because I know so many of us do work with lighting scents like this. Palo Santo is great, but Palo Santo is a tool to invite in spirit, to invite in. And so if you're not really crystal clear on your intention setting when you're working with Palo Santo, you can actually be inviting in entities, beings, spirits that you do not want, dark energy. So just be crystal clear. And sage is a clearing agent. So sage kind of neutralizes, cleans, cleanses the energy. So sage is very safe to use all the time. It's going to neutralize. It's just going to neutralize the energy, and it's not like it's going to banish your guides or your spirit team. It's not like they're going to be like we're not allowed here, we must leave. No, it's not that. It's just being really, intentions are everything. Intentions are everything. Okay? Beautiful. All right. Back to my shuffle. I hope your Lion's Gate was really beautiful. A lot of intense energy at that time. I was really called to go inward. My shuffle is really awkward right now, like a lot of fumbling. And for me, whenever that happens, there's a lot of change, a lot of changing timelines, changing energy. Someone is emotional, but there's like an avoidance of the emotion. So yes, what's happening is there's really uncomfortable emotions that are coming up. Ooh, sorry about that. There's really uncomfortable emotions that are coming up. But because it's uncomfortable, there's a need to avoid. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but just so you know, I just read for the collective energies. So I tend to say someone, and then you can decipher the message if it's for you, if it's for someone in your life, if it's the divine masculine, if it's the divine feminine, if it's the divine feminine or masculine within. Recognition. Someone is saying it's time for this to be recognized and acknowledged. I don't know if this is like for you to recognize and acknowledge me. Someone is saying there's divine justice that I need to occur. There's a truth and illumination of the light. The light has won. I've been told that a lot lately. So this trickster energy in the collective, old karmic energy, you know, if you are personally experiencing in your 3D world a lot of resistance or fight back or conflict from people around you, just know it's because the darker energy has lost, and they're not going down without a fight. They're going to go down kicking and screaming. But it helps to know that, because then you know everything that you're experiencing is actually like an illusion. It's not real. It's actually just to kind of scare you. I've had so many cards on the floor lately, and I'm just really over it. There's an irritation. There's an irritable energy. Okay, so someone is really impatient, and this impatience is pushing them to come out of their hiding, come out of their cave, come out of their self-thought analysis paralysis I'm hearing, so processing, just being really stuck in the diversion is what I'm hearing. Okay, got it. So somebody who is very prone to avoiding and diverging course and path because they're stubborn, but their spirit has been really working with them. They've been very assisted, and there's been a lot of patience required, and there's an impatience here, and because of that impatience, we're getting the 9 of Swords in reverse. So this impatience is pushing this person to actually take action away from their anxiety and their dark night of the soul. So it's been a pity party is what I'm hearing. It's been like a poor me, woo is me. But this is pulling them out of it, and we have the Fool. Willing to take a shot. Gonna take a shot. I'm gonna take a shot. I don't know if I'll succeed, but I'm gonna take a shot. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. So this is also around self-love, but because it came out with the 3 of Cups, this is someone taking a shot at wanting to come back in. Give this another go. Try again. Reunion. Reconciliation. Reunion. But someone's pride and ego had to be set down before they could do that, and they also had to learn all the lessons that Spirit needed them to learn. And you know, there's been a resistance and a fight and a stubbornness. There's also a removing themselves from karmic situations. 6 of Swords. So this is a slow I find the 6 of Swords to be a little bit slow moving. The energy feels a little slow. You see, she's like on a little paddle boat. She's not on a speedboat. She's not on a big vessel. She's on a tiny little, and you know, she wants to go slow. She's got precious cargo. She's got her little baby. I mean, I don't know if it's a baby, but it gives the vibe of a child. So she doesn't want to overturn the boat. So she's got to be gentle and slow and steady. sometimes with the Eight of Cups, I really feel it's actually, I know it's a cups, and I know it's cups and emotions can be kind of slow and they can be 5D, but for some reason with the Eight of Cups, when that pops out in with a similar message, I feel that that's a faster moving energy, because it's kind of like an inciting event, like something happens that just tips you over the edge and you can't look back. You cannot look back. Not to say that we won't see the Ace of Cups or the Eight of Cups here, excuse me. We're also getting the Knight of Cups, so somebody is thinking about how to come back in, a romantic gesture, chivalry is what I'm hearing. I like seeing the Knight of Cups versus the Page of Cups. We've seen a lot of Pages of Cups, and the Page of Cups is like amateur hour. It's like very childish. It's very emotionally immature. I'm so sorry, my love. Goodness, I keep tapping you, Bubba. Okay. I actually think this plant is getting really big and overgrowing itself, and that's why I'm like, have I moved my position? It's like, no, the plant has grown. It's overtaking my desk. Okay. Let's grab some more energy from this deck and then we'll move on. Yeah, the Four of Cups. I was feeling that earlier. I was really seeing that on the shuffle. So the Four of Cups is somebody who's a little bit in self-pity. Poor me. I didn't take the option of the Lovers. Okay. I didn't act. I didn't take initiative. I sat on my hands. I sat on my hands. I sat on my hands so much. I don't know why. Somebody, I think, it's almost like I tap into somebody talking to themselves. And somebody uses that phrase. Okay, the Four of Cups is like, it's like a sticky place to be. Because it kind of inspires passivity. It inspires inaction. Okay, so tell me about that, Spirit. Tell me about this Four of Cups. I'd like to know more. Oh, I see the Eight of Cups. Not that I think the karmic situations have been completely cleaned up and resolved, but the power has been deflated. The power has gone out of them. It's kind of like what I was saying, like they've lost, but they're kicking and screaming. So for whoever might still be dealing with karmic cleanup, it's taking a lot of patience and temperance for this person to be able to still see the light through the illusion. And that's part of your test, and that's your lesson. That's actually why it's occurring. Because yeah, Spirit has the power to like airlift you out of that situation completely. Spirit could literally come in and go and take you out. But if you're still finding yourself in this situation, it's because there's something you need to learn. You need to speak up for yourself. You need to stand in your power. You need to learn to see through the illusion and bullshit. I feel like this is a divine masculine energy, because the divine feminines have gotten really, really good at seeing through illusion and bullshit, especially when it was spoken by their divine masculine. Okay, so when the divine masculine was speaking untruths and denial and rejection and fear, stubborn, the divine feminine was tested over and over and over again to have faith in herself and the divine over this. And so divine masculines, because I do feel like this message is specifically for you, you are being asked to have faith that you can get yourself out of this situation, that you can get out of this Four of Cups. You can stop feeling sorry for yourself. You can let go of, you know, whatever situations you're in that you are clearly seeing now are fucked up, quite frankly. It's dark energy. It's black magic. It's dark energy. You've broken the spell. So don't allow whatever kind of fuckery is the word I heard, that is still occurring to make you feel like you've lost, because you haven't. You're divinely protected. Okay? And you have to be able to see the truth. That's very, very important. You have to be able to see it. So tell me about this Four of Cups. Thank you. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Okay. Where did he go? Oh my God, where'd you go, buddy? Cards are hiding? That's odd. Why are you hiding? Okay. Nine of Wands in reverse. I'm actually getting, I mean, yes. Tell me about that. Okay, yeah. So there's been a resistance of the truth. The resistance of this Ace of Swords, and that is what has caused all the pain and the suffering with this Ten of Swords, okay? So, what truth are you resisting at this point? I mean, my God. That it's dead, that it's over. Yeah, all your work, it was not in vain. Okay, so someone needs to know your work was not in vain. Okay, we're getting the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles speaks to investment. It speaks to work, pentacles, things you're creating, things you're manifesting. When it comes in the reverse, this is the divine saying it's a dead-end street. It's not going to bring you any fruit, okay? There's nothing coming from this, but you have to walk away. You have to let it go. You have to cut your losses and experience the abundance that wants to reach you. But if you're resisting it, if you're resisting the truth, if you're resisting your intuition and the downloads, Spirit's going to keep you bottomed out, okay? Gonna interfere with your abundance. You're going to experience tower, tower, tower. But the time is now, Wheel of Fortune. Your karmic destiny, your fate wants to find you. It wants to arrive, which is abundance and blessings. You are divinely, abundantly blessed. But what somebody, and Justice on the bottom of the deck, Four of Wands underneath that. So this is your karmic destiny. Four of Wands is our twin flame card, okay? You're chosen. I hate to break it to you, you're chosen. You chose it, actually. So I always love on this journey when I've like gotten mad at Spirit and I've just been like, why me? Like, you know, super victim. Just like, like, I don't want to be with a twin. I just want to be with a soulmate. Like, let me go. Like, you know, whenever I was in those moments, like, my guides would be like, okay, sweetie, but you chose this. So gonna have to have that conversation with yourself, not us. So anyways, you chose this. Whoever needs to hear that, you chose this. And I also feel like someone really needs to hear that it is not in vain. Nothing is lost. Nothing is forsaken. So whatever you're needing to walk away from, I feel like there's this karmic lesson here of understanding. Again, it comes back to self-worth. It comes back to your value, knowing who you are, knowing your truth. What you do does not create your truth. Your truth is not what you do. Your truth is who you are. Okay? So feeling this fear of like, what will people think? Fuck that bullshit. You are a divine sovereign being. It is not about what people will think. And I can hear some of you being like, oh, I don't care what people think. Yes, you do. Otherwise, you would have been out of that years ago. Okay? For some reason, this is a firm, tough message today. But yeah, you know, it's worrying about, well, if I give this up, like, will I look like a failure? Who fucking cares? Watch them change their mind when your abundance comes rolling in, because you're working in harmony with the divine. You're working with Spirit, and Spirit is using you as a steward of wealth and abundance, because the wealth wants to be transferred. This is something that has come up in a session recently with a client, and we are talking about like these downloads that we're getting, that money wants to work with the divine. The divinely gifted. Money wants to transfer its wealth and be used for good. Money doesn't want to be used for bad anymore, or just profit, or just ego. Okay, money wants you to be a steward of it, but you need to learn how to be a responsible, worthy steward of that money. Okay, so these are lessons that you're going through, whoever I'm talking to with this message, that you need to go through in order to step into that wealth and that abundance. But it's time, and it is your purpose. It's justice, and it's all about coming together, reuniting with your soul, reuniting with the divine, which is what twin flame union is. It's not a fucking 3D relationship. That's the bonus. That's like the icing on the cake. That's the extra added. That's not the like, oh, it's like, and so those that get stuck in that like, oh, it's just sad, because that's all karmic. That's all like a totally wrong perspective. And yes, there can be right and wrong when we're talking about divine principles. I feel like someone hasn't been listening, so that's where this is being channeled from. But this is your destiny, and you don't have to be afraid that it's all going to be lost when you walk away. And it's never in vain. You know, when someone gets divorced, was that relationship a waste? Absolutely not. You learned a lesson. It was a karmic contract that your soul ordained and decided that you were going to experience, and you were going to have, both of you were going to have. And you are who you are. You know what you know because of it. And now it's something that you are qualified through experiential learning to teach and help others with. So anything we go through on this spiritual journey is something that we are being initiated, like a shaman, like it's a shamanic journey. We're being initiated into this so that we can give, we can be of service. And guess what? Those that have answered this call of service and are humbly following the divine, humbly saying, okay, you want me to jump? How high? Fantastic. You will be blessed and you will always, always be provided for. Hands down. And if you're struggling, because trust me, this has been my own initiation and learning with money. And there was a period where it was really hard to trust what I was being told, because then I'm like, but I'm still struggling. Like, but it's money's still hard. I don't have the amount I want in my bank account. I don't understand. It's like, oh, because you need to go through these lessons. You need to go through this initiation. And as soon as you go through this, we have another one for you. It never ends. But you exponentially expand, like you grow and grow and grow, and you learn and you learn and you learn. And now I'm helping others with their money blueprint, right? Now I've learned enough to be able to share and help others. And now I've dramatically changed my money blueprint, my abundance mindset, and my wealth. So it's so interesting. Money seems to be a thing that's been coming up a lot in like channeled and sessions that they want me to work with and share, but somebody here really needs to hear that. And I know I use the example of divorce, but it could be anything that you're having to walk away from that has I was gonna say pentacles ramifications, but pentacles is tarot, not life. Hold on. Financial implications. Okay, so a relationship can have financial implications, money, business, work, housing, right? Because if you're living with someone really toxic and you really need to get out of it, and you need to, you're getting that divine guidance to move out or to have them move out, that has financial ramifications. So it's all these things that are very connected, and you're put through these experiences by your higher self, in relationship with the divine, so that you learn. And that's how you learn. And we learn through this. We learn. I promise you, this is how we learn. It would be a really long video if I went through all the ways in which I've had to learn the hard way when it comes to money. Okay, cool. That was a little bit of energy. Let's grab a little bit of divine guidance from some Ascended Masters. I might grab from the Angel deck as well. Okay. Another card on the floor. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's just kind of backing up everything that I just said with Holy Amethyst here. So Amethyst may be really supportive to some of you right now. That's really going to help you with your third eye. That's really going to help you with the crown chakra of listening to your intuition, trusting it. The stone amethyst. So this is divine alchemy. Her message for us is move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. So this really just backs up everything I said. Like, don't avoid what you desire. Don't ignore what you desire because of the current challenges. Move beyond them. You have the strength, you have the support, and you have the guidance to do so. So do it. Commander Ashtar, call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Walk your fucking talk, y'all. I mean, or if you're not speaking and you're keeping it to yourself and you just have you have this inner dialogue going on all the time and you're disagreeing with the things you hear around you, but you're just keeping it to yourself, this is another push. It's so funny because we do have like kind of some masculine energy, and I've felt that, like, I felt the divine and spirit and the guides really in this reading being like, come on, move it forward. It's kind of like you want to grab someone's shoulders and shake them. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Anytime Commander Ashtar comes out, it's action oriented. It is like moving mountains, and moving mountains with the support of the divine. You're never ever alone. He also reminds me of somebody. Mercury. Yeah, so open communication, open the channels of communication. Nothing can be resolved without communication. Someone's been afraid of that. Someone's been really fearful, but they've all been illusion. It's all been kind of like fear energy. It hasn't been true. So whatever illusions that whoever this message is for about communication, that, things are going to go poorly or they're going to go wrong, it's like, You will always be rewarded for speaking your truth. You will always be rewarded for being mature, emotionally mature. You'll always be rewarded for doing what you're guided to do, okay? And someone is very, very much so being guided to open the channel of communication and get a weight off their chest, speak up, clear any of that stuck energy. And for whoever this is, it's going to be a big time of like Kalima energy, facing your fear. Yeah, feel the fear and do it anyway. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So yeah, psychic insight. So this whole little message we're getting is somebody knows what they need to do. They know, they see. They're a seer, not giving themselves enough credit for their sight and their knowing, and avoiding and putting on the back burner, keeping themselves busy, staying preoccupied. And again, I have to say too, when I'm reading energy, sometimes spirit has me read energy from last week right now. I don't know why. That's why a lot of readers always say it's timeless. This is a timeless reading, because it really is. Like, this energy could be for next week. This energy could be for right now, this very minute, and then we could do a reading in 2 hours and the energy could have completely changed. But whatever this message, take what resonates, and, just know this could be past, present, future. That's the weird thing about fortune telling, as I was told it was called recently. That's a tangent for another day, but I was basically very much insulted recently. I mean, I personally wasn't insulted, and I had a wonderful spirit guided response that made me feel really good, but someone basically called what we do here fortune telling. Now it's a joke between me and another divine feminine who also fortune tells, and she'll be like, I'll call you later, but I have to go fortune tell for a little. I have a couple fortune telling sessions. We get a kick out of it. We get a kick out of people's ignorance. Yay! That's how you gotta do it as a spiritual being. Okay, your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition, baby. Baby, wait. Oh, I think I just held up a gang sign. I meant to go like that. Weird energy. Okay. Was it interference? I don't know. Was the spirits of a gang trying to move through me? I don't know, but I do not consent. Okay. Oh, right. I told you I was going to grab an angel message, so I will do that for you. But really hang loose, not kill or murder. I don't know, whatever gangs do these days. Kidnap children. Google it. Okay. Actually, I think there's been a lot of bans on Google. I don't even think you can Google that type of thing anymore. Okay. Spirit, tell me about what's the message you want to leave us with? Tell us for the collective. All the cards went on the floor, okay? If you've watched me for a while, you know that means things are changing. What's the first card? Courage. I love when y'all back me up. Thank you so much for backing me up, Divine. Archangel Ariel, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So yeah, someone needs to speak their motherfucking truth. It's time. It's time. I wouldn't be cursing like this if there wasn't a lot of energy behind this. I mean, I would. I do. I try and refrain on these videos. But, okay. Spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So this kind of just goes hand in hand with getting the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, Four of Wands. Like, now is the time. Archangel Ariel. Wow. Archangel Ariel really wow, this is really cool. So we have 2 from Ariel and 2 from Uriel. So they really want to work with the Twin Flame Collective right now, and I would definitely recommend connecting with them in your meditations or right before you go to bed, setting an intention to connect with them, to receive like I'm open to receiving messages, and then in the morning when you wake up, before you're right awake, see if you can remember any dreams or anything. Journal. Dream journals are really helpful for that. I don't personally do it. I should, but I love how it's the advice I'm giving, but I don't take my own advice sometimes. It's because I'm a snoozer. I like to sleep in. Okay. Brilliant idea. Archangel Uriel. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. I mean, these are such repetitive messages right now. It's kind of funny. It's almost comical because it just lets me know that someone that I'm talking to in this collective has been literally sitting on their hands and they know what they have to do. we wouldn't be picking up on this energy. And the other thing I'll say about these collective general readings, I don't know if I've ever shared it before. Sometimes you might watch and you might really feel like, yes, that message is for me. Like, that feels amazing. I'm so stoked about it. And then sometimes you might watch and you might be like, okay, I don't really feel like that was for me. And Spirit's going to deliver the message that is most important for the person. Meaning, like, if all of you watching, if some of you are like going through something really intense that you really need that message at that moment, it's like on the list of like a highest priority, that's who I'm going to have a message for. That's just how it works. You know, because sometimes I'll watch readings and I'll be in a pretty like balanced place and I'll be like, I don't feel like any of those messages were for me. And Spirit's like, yeah, because you don't really need it right now. They do. Okay. So just so you know, it's just so funny because like that's where my idea came from of like somebody that we're talking to, somebody that's watching is really in this place. And you're very supported and protected, clearly. And it could be more than one. It could be a whole cluster. It tends to work for everybody. That's the beauty of fortune telling. Am I right? Okay. Claircognizance. Archangel Uriel, pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as their answered prayers. Yeah. This was something I've actually really been feeling is the gifts are being activated and awakened as we go through new moons, as we go through full moons, as we go through portals like the Lion's Gate. People's gifts are coming online. Clairaudience, claircognizance, clairvoyance. Claircognizance here is, it's interesting because they're saying it's thoughts and ideas, but I understood claircognizance to be knowing. Like when you know something, maybe I'm wrong. You can let me know in the comments. I could be wrong. But either way, the message I'm getting is there's somebody who has a strong gift of inner knowing coming on where you don't need to fact check it. You don't need to prove it. You don't need to go learn it or study it. You just know it. It's people who sometimes, like, this is a really good example. Someone who like already knew what it would feel like to have sex before they ever had, but they knew, they understood it. And that's a weird example, but that's just what came to me. But it's that sort of thing, like somebody who I can immerse myself so fully in this experience without having needing to experience it, and I can know it. And I just know this thing. I'm like that. And I know I can be very infuriating for people to have conversations with sometimes because they'll be like, but how do you know? And I'm like, I just know. And they're like, but I don't understand. Like, I want to get to the level you are. I want to understand what you're saying. I want to know. So how do I go about it? And I'm like, I don't know. I just know. But it's a gift that we all have access to. We all have available to access if we consent and if we decide and if we work with our guides. So clairaudience as well. And this is a gift that I think, especially for divine masculines, actually, I think in the divine masculine collective, the clairaudience has been coming online because the feminines have been really spot on with that for a while. That's one of my strongest gifts, as I hear, like, that's why I say I'm hearing, because my guides just talk to me. I'll hear like full on sentences. I'll hear things my divine I'll hear things he's thinking or saying, not to freak anybody out, but I do. I'll literally hear full things, and clairaudience is a really powerful gift. And I feel like the divine masculines, you guys you're working on that. It's awakening within you. The test now is just going to be trusting it. All right. I feel like I revealed a lot about myself in this reading. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Sending you lots of love. Remember to please like, comment, share. The more that you engage with your energy and you give energy exchange, equal give and exchange, the more messages I'll be attuned to you and your energy, and I'll have more messages personalized for you as well. If you'd like a personal reading, all that information is below, and I'm sending you all a lot of love.